Also, I'm being informed that Dr. Rose Ngugi, the Executive Director of KIPPRA, is currently addressing. Let's head over there and listen in to the conversations there.
The KIPPRA Annual Regional Conference, it has been informed by the work that is going on KIPPRA-wide survey at the Institute. We don't forget our stakeholders. Our Act tells us we need to work with our stakeholders, and therefore we undertake demand-driven activities. In terms of networking and engagement, one of the key flagship for this is KIPPRA Annual Regional Conference, the conference that we are holding today. And today we have the 7th KIPPRA Annual Regional Conference, and we bring together state actors and non-state actors, providing them with a platform for them to exchange views on emerging development issues, as well as looking at the direction that the government is moving in implementing various programs. We also have what we call a think tank forum. We coordinate that for Kenya think tanks, and the whole idea is to bring all the evidence generators together with the policymakers. We network at international level with the Southern Voice Network, as well as participate in think tank forums for the G20 as well as for the COP. Again, in the networking, we also have a key focus on youth in climate change action. And we started having conversations with them in 2021. And what we do is we build the capacity for them so that when they sit on the table, they are able to articulate their issues more effectively. Others is the policy seminars and also workshops. And in brief, that is what we can say about KIPPRA. So coming now to the conference that we are holding here, I want to say that the conference is a platform. In as much as an institute, we are driving, coming up with a theme for the conference. Actually, the conference is for you. It's for you to come and dialogue. It's for you to come and network. It's for you to come and exchange views. When we are doing finalizing with the programs, we normally get a lot of inputs from the stakeholders, those who actually even have an interest to talk, those who want to have booths to display what they do. We engage effectively with the stakeholders. The theme for this year is the future of industrialization in Kenya. Pathways to industrialization in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. As you notice, we are talking about the future, which means that we understand where we are at the moment, and we are asking ourselves, tomorrow, 5 years, 10 years to come, what is it that we want to see as the path that the country is taking to industrialize. Of course, KIPPRA Annual Regional Conference, it's regional because in addition to bringing in participants from the region, meaning from outside the country, we also go regional at the country level, and we hold our conference in various counties. Last year, we were holding our conference in Kilifi because the theme for the conference then was relating to ASAL counties. So this time round, we are here in Kisumu. And there are many things that have made us come to Kisumu. Among them is the fact that Kisumu is currently the chair of the Lake Region Economic Bloc. So we are being hosted by the REC Region Economic Bloc, and therefore we've come to Kisumu as the place where the chairmanship is. In addition, if you think about very initial industries in the country, in textile industry, as well as in sugar industry, many of them are actually found in the Lake region. So it gives us that position that we have somewhere to begin as we move forward. If you look at the recently released mineral deposits in Kenya, the critical minerals for Kenya, you'll also find that counties in the region, they have the deposits, and the future for the country is not only on green industrialization, but also green energy transition. And the critical minerals play a critical role in that. So we have various objectives. We want to explore pathways for implementing the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. We want to foster collaboration among the stakeholders. We want to explore the relevant policy recommendations that would take us to exploiting the opportunities available for industrialization. And we also want to bring together the youth, and we have a youth side event which helps us to have the conversation of the youth, and they see themselves in the industrialization path. We have various themes, just to give you an indication that we have a big coverage, and therefore interesting you to stay on until the end of the conference. We'll be discussing matters to do with policy, legislative, institutional framework, and that is very core because the role of the government is to facilitate industrialization. It's not to do the industries. Facilitate industrialization by providing an enabling environment which comes with policy, legislative, and institutional framework. We are also going to ask ourselves, where are the capabilities for industrialization? We found that with the COVID, it was a very good demonstration that in the textile industry, we have capability to do masks for ourselves, not just borrowing from outside. Where is the capability to move us forward with industrialization? Financing. Industrialization means that you need heavy investments, and the question we will be asking is, where do we get financing for this process? Value chain is very core in the better bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and we are going to look at some of them and see how we inject some energy in various processes for selected value chains. Most importantly is to understand that we have generation nexus if we think about the youth, but at the same time we have women, gender issues as far as participation in industrial process is concerned. In the process, we are also going to look at compliance. There are many quality standards that we need to adhere to if we have to penetrate markets at the international level. Opportunities for green industrial process, also enablers of industrialization at county level as well as at national level, and also ask ourselves whether we have data that would help policymakers to rely on evidence in doing policy making. There are many reasons why we need to think about industrialization. It is not new. It's a conversation that started even when the Vision 2030 was being put together. But of course, we are where we are, discussing the matters. because we have not yet gotten to achieve what we are looking for. And the better is also re-emphasizing to us that we have a mile to go for industrialization of this country. More importantly, with industrialization is the fact that it helps you to diversify your economic activity and also see a place where you can offload the huge labor force that is in labor. If we track the industrialization process, you can see that we are already in a different phase of industrialization, starting from the time of steam power, steam engine. I'm not very sure that we were doing quite a lot in the country at that time. But over time, when you're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, when you're talking about the third industrial revolution, we see a country like Kenya also having to move with time. But the major question is, are we actually keeping pace? And as people start talking about the fifth industrial revolution, where exactly are we lying? Over time, industrialization, we have seen manufacturing sector making significant contribution, but manufacturing is actually coming down to less than 10%, and that is not good news. We need to enhance manufacturing so that we can enhance industrialization. Kenya competitiveness as far as industrial performance is concerned, not so good. We still have a lot to do because even the level of technology that we are using makes us lag behind in the rankings. How have we organized our conversation that we are going to have? We shall have common sessions whereby we'll all converge here and have a plenary. But we're also going to have parallel sessions, and during the parallel sessions, we'll go deeper into some of the specific areas, and we'll be shown where the breakaway sessions will be. In addition, we'll have breakaway sessions, and the breakaway sessions that we have this time around, they are technical in nature. Those who feel that they want to engage at technical level, you have an opportunity. Those who want to engage at policy level, you also have an opportunity to participate. The youth event is being held just across the building next. And we have brought in close to about 200 youths, and this will help them to have conversation among themselves. We've been having the youth since Monday going through a capacity building program, and this is preparing them to effectively participate during this conference. So there are also exhibitions which are just outside here. If you want to know more about KIPPRA and what we do, you can visit our booth. If you want to know about our mother ministry, the Department for Economic Planning, you can also visit. It's just there. And we also have some partners who have supported us in this conference, and they are also giving exhibitions just to show you what is it that they do. For me is to wish all of us a very, very good and successful conversation. I want to repeat that it's a conversation. Let's have the conversation, let's exchange views, let's dialogue, bring in your point. We shall summarize everything in a communique that we shall release and share with our stakeholders. So thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Asante sana. Once again, let us appreciate Dr. Rose Ngugi for setting the stage for us. At least now we know the kind of sessions that we expect. Talk about the parallel, the common sessions, and the breakout sessions. So, in that spirit of sessions, I'd like us to quickly transition to our first common session. And essentially, it is for us to participate later on after a presentation that will be done here. We will open up the floor to questions and clarifications. So when that time comes, we'll have a microphone moving around. You just raise your hand. After you raise your hand, you can say your name and go straight to your question or your concern. I understand some of us have studied history in school and you're passionate. Sometimes when you want to ask a question, you give a whole thesis of a background where your question is coming from. In the interest of time, we urge you to go straight to the question, and I believe that it will be a blessing. So, our first common session, we want to talk about Kenya's industrialization path with Vision 2030 and beyond. Tell your neighbor Vision 2030 is around the corner. Ask them, do you think we are close to achieving that vision? Look at your neighbor saying, I'm not sure. Yeah? And I know some young people here have a vision 2030 of marrying by the year 2030. But as a country, we have a vision that by 2030 we should have achieved something critical. One of them, especially touching on matters to do with manufacturing, is achieving 20% GDP contribution by the year 2030. Okay? Right now we are at 7-point-something%. So we have close to 5 years to do this. How can you be able to do that? That is where we are going up next. So to lead us in this particular session, I'd like to invite this gentleman who in turn will invite the presenter. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Moses Njenga from KIPPRA to do the introduction. Mpigeni makofi tafadhali. Daktari, karibu, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Noah. Good morning, participants and delegates. Yeah, as Noah has said, we now want to get into the common sessions where we can have discussions on how we future the industrialization in Kenya. Without much ado and no protocols observed, I want to invite Dr. Calvin Onyango, the Director General, Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute, KILDI, to give us a perspective in terms of Kenya's industrialization path with Vision 2030 and beyond. After his presentation, we'll open up for some discussions, insights, and questions, and then we move that way. So, karibu daktari.
Good morning.
Daktari, good morning.
Yes.
Apologies, yeah? First of all, you look sharp.
Thank you very much.
I don't know who your tailor is, but I will exchange contacts.
Thank you.
So before you proceed with your presentation on matters accelerating industrialization through digital economy, I've been told we have a clicker here, so you'll use that clicker to move forward and backwards. And if it is not working, you can just do a short prayer for it. I think it will start working, all right? That's the first one. Secondly, Daktari, there are young people here, yeah? And I won't ask your age, but you look very young, yeah? So we have young people that are having a parallel event, and right now we want to release them. So if you're part of the youth, I would like to release you to the parallel event happening on the other side. Tafadhali, if you're youthful or youthful at heart, we would like to release you to the parallel event, the youth event that is ongoing. Kindly, we are about to begin our session on that end. But at this particular moment, Daktari, back to you.